When I took him into school on the Monday, and the staff there could see it in my face, and they said to me, "Call Tŷ Hafan." So when I got home, I phoned Tŷ Hafan, and I couldn't even talk on the phone. I just cried, and I couldn't stop it. It just kept coming. If there wasn't a Tŷ Hafan, I think I would have just crumbled. I might have, I don't know how much longer we could have gone on like that. My name is Susan. I have two sons, a 16-year-old and a 13-year-old. And I'm a carer for Marshall, my youngest. When Marshall was born, he had to go into special care baby unit because they noticed he had an extra beat on his heart when I was 32 weeks pregnant. But by the time he was born, his heartbeat had become normal, so he just went in there for observation. But after taking him home, he was a normal, healthy, happy baby. He went into hospital when he was 6 months old with, he had a high fever and very chesty. It turns out he had pneumonia. So he was on oxygen and they did chest x-rays. While he was in the children's ward, I went home to shower and get clean clothes. As I was gone, the nurses needed to shower him, and they noticed that he had a curvature of his lower spine. From that, the doctor arranged for blood and urine tests. About a week or two later, we had a phone call with a diagnosis of Sanfilippo Syndrome. He told us that Marshall would develop quite normally until he was the age of 5. So after the age of 5, he would start losing the ability to talk, to walk, to eat. After the age of 10, he would have seizures. As the brain started to be damaged, he would get dementia. And after that, it would be just downhill with a life expectancy of teenagers. It didn't sink in. I could hear what he was saying, but looking at a 6-month-old baby in my arms, he just couldn't connect to. I think it's taken some time to actually sink in. And now as Marshall's getting older and I'm seeing the changes in him, like, I know it's happening. And there's nothing I can do to change it. My lowest point was just before I rang Tŷ Hafan, and this was when Marshall was not sleeping and screaming on a loop. And I just sat there and thought, this is going to be every day. Nothing's going to change. And I just couldn't see any light. And I didn't know how to cope with that. And after putting him to bed, I just sit on the settee and cry. When I took him into school on the Monday, and the staff there could see it in my face, and they said to me, "Call Tŷ Hafan." So when I got home, I phoned Tŷ Hafan, and I couldn't even talk on the phone. I just cried, and I couldn't stop it. It just kept coming. And they came out, and I think it was the family support worker come out, and about a week later they got Marshall into Tŷ Hafan. If there wasn't a Tŷ Hafan, I think I would have just crumbled. I don't know how much longer we could have gone on like that, because it was, you just couldn't see any light at the end of the tunnel. I think I would describe Tŷ Hafan as like a haven, a place that gives people hope and makes people aware that they are not on their own, that there is always someone that they can call, even if it's just to talk things through. I think it's important for people to support Tŷ Hafan, but because it's a charity, and without that support, there wouldn't be a service available to all these families that come into Tŷ Hafan. They would be left alone. There's not a lot of support out there in the community, and it's a lifeline. People need it. I can't imagine what it would be like without Tŷ Hafan in our lives. I think bringing up Marshall on my own has showed me that you need to be able to go somewhere for help. You can't do it all on your own. It helps so many children with life-limiting illnesses, and although their lives are limited, and their quality of life is so much more enhanced with Tŷ Hafan in their lives.